Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Today, we're at the McAllisters in Byram, Mississippi for the South 78 football show. I'm Trellis Williams right here with me, Coach Chris Thigpen of the Terry High School Bulldogs. Now, Coach, 5-1 on the season after
Right.
9 region play. If you would have been told that before the season, you'd be probably pretty satisfied with that. A 5-1 start is a good start, but now this is when the season really starts to count. Region play, helps you make the playoffs if you're able to win enough in region play. You start off with the defending 6A state champions, and you host them at Bulldog Field. Now, both you and them have come off tough losses last week. Kind of preview that game for us.
Yeah, as you said, it starts region play, which is what I told the team today is this is our second season. So, you know, postseason play, region championship, playoffs, all of that comes into factor starting this week. Playing a very good West Jones team, a team that has a lot of pride, a team that won Class 6A state championship last year. So,
Yep.
also a team that we played close the first time, and kind of played them close the second time, second round of the playoffs. So our guys kind of are familiar with what they do best, their style of play. They're also familiar with us, and so it should be a really good matchup for us. We like the odds since we get them at home, and it's a game, to be honest with you, that we've kind of looked at from afar ever since the end of last season. All the off-season weightlifting and development, the off-season coaches meetings, the summer workouts, team camp, region play. You know, you do all of those things to prepare you for a game like you're gonna play on Friday in a team like that. And so um, I've been knowing Coach Reynolds for a long time, and so I have a lot of respect for him as a person and as a head football coach. And so they have a really good staff that does a really good job with their players. And so, we got to come ready Friday to play well. But our guys, we've had a really focused week as I think with the players as far as they kind of know what we're playing for. So and they got a taste of what it takes as well. So
Yes, and so last week you took on the Clinton Arrows. You're undefeated going into the ball
hmm
game. Clinton ended up defeating y'all 42-7. Of course, had multiple things happen in the game, especially early on. Clinton was able to jump on y'all with a few trick plays, but also Rondé Baker going down. First of all, do want to get an update on Jordan McGee and Rondé Baker,
hmm
but as well as just kind of what was your takeaway from last week's ball game?
well, both of them are questionable. They've practiced some this this week. You know they're two of your most explosive playmakers on
Yep.
offense. Runday has had a lot of production, scored a lot of touchdowns, and when he has the football in his hand, good things happen. And it kind of balances out the rest of our offense when those two are full go. It's you can't really focus on one or the other, and because if you give one too much attention, the other players on offense have opportunities to make big plays and score. And so I like the balance they give us on offense, also with the scoring capabilities as well. Yeah, we kind of, last week we kind of got in the bind. We kind of knew going in that we would be without one for sure. We weren't sure about, run day as far as how long he could go. So we tried to do some extra things to prepare for that. But Clinton played well. As you said, they came out and they scored the first drive, and then a little surprise, not necessarily onside kick, but they recovered the kick, short pooch kick,
Yep.
and go score again. And then we had some things go against us, but our guys did battle. We
Yep. They
battled
did.
back and we played hard. I thought the effort was there, but we knew, without Jordan and Runday, our offense was limited. Tim Jackson came in and played and gave us what he could. And so, you know, we're looking forward to having those guys back, especially this time of the year. This is when you want them back. And, you know,
For sure.
in a perfect world, Trellis, you know, we would have took a bye last week. But
Yeah.
because Jim Hill is not playing region games, we didn't want to have 2 byes. So, yeah, we scheduled Clinton. We thought, you know, we felt good about our non-region schedule, but you always want to schedule a team that maybe you you, you could beat them, or you just don't know. And with Clinton, they were the question mark for us. You know, playing the 7A school with the long tradition that they have. You know, we wanted to see how we matched up versus them, and I think the score doesn't really indicate how close the game was, but it is what it is. I told the team, I said, look, guys, you know, this one hurt. I was disappointed. I took the blame for it as head coach. I told him, I said, I got to coach better. I got to have you better prepared, and I got to, you know, have the coaches better prepared for a game like this. And so, but I told him, I said, hey, you know, after tonight, we're going to learn from it. We're going to move on to West Jones. And so I think our coaches and our players have done a really good job of moving on from that game and, you know, focusing in on what lies ahead.
Yeah, and so you take on West Jones, a team that is known for their defensive abilities and then known for running the football. Now, last week they took on Jackson Prep team that obviously can pack a punch. I mean, they did pretty well against West Jones, holding them to 7, scoring 42 of their own, which West Jones has something been unheard of in the last few years against West Jones. They also were able to keep Elijah Jones, West Jones's running back, at bay, under 100 yards when he was averaging over 200 yards a game prior to that ball game. But he's still an effective player, and he still had his effect against Jackson Prep, scoring a touchdown. So just kind of talk about that matchup with West Jones. You would expect it to be a low-scoring game, just like last year. 2-0 was last year. And then even in the playoffs, it was 21-7. I mean, you guys matched up with West Jones better than anybody all season long.
Right.
So just kind of talk about that matchup in terms of what you expect defensively and offensively.
Well, yes, Elijah Jones is he's their offense, basically, you know. Very, very talented player, very strong, powerful, explosive back that they have in him. You know, he was on the state championship team last year, so he is a senior. He's you know, and he's playing well this year. Him and Runday are having pretty comparable year as far as it goes in stats, and so you know, Prep did stop him, and if you could stop him in the run game, you know, you pretty much stop their offense. Their starting quarterback, I believe, got injured earlier in the season, but he may be back this week. He's a dual threat type of guy.
You're talking about Kamari and Lindsey. Is that who you're referring
Isaiah,
to from last year?
Yes, Lindsey.
Yes.
I believe they call him Tootie. But yeah, number 7. You know, I believe he's been playing elsewhere, but we may see him at quarterback, and you know, we kind of been preparing for that too. So, you know, outside we feel good about matching up with their receivers, but you know, everything we worked for, as I said, from last year, you know, in the off season this summer, it was, you know, to play strong up front, and that's where West Jones has been successful so many years, is, you know, on the offensive line, defensive line. And if we could play well up front, offensive line and defensive line, you're going to give you a chance, you get yourself a chance, you know, to play deep into the playoffs and contend for a state championship. And so, you know, it's quite simple with us defensively. We got to stop the run, which is Mr. Jones, and on the offensive line, we got to be able to run the football. You know, and if you run the football, you can stay balanced, and your offense doesn't become predictable. You keep the defense off the field, because if you're running the ball and you're getting first downs, that means your defense is on the sideline, and so and they're resting. And so we want to have a balanced plan on offense as well. So
yes, and folks, Friday night, the Terry Bulldogs at Bulldog Field start region playoff hosting the West Jones Mustangs. And also, Coach, just wanted to make a shout-out and happy birthday.
Thank you.
To Coach, and we're here doing the South 78
That's right.
show on your birthday. That's about as good as it gets.
Well,
Gage, right?
people ask me, hey, what do you want for your birthday? What are you doing for your birthday? I said, man, I'm blessed to see 38, but I want to be Wes Jones. I got a typical day. I'm going to work. I'm going to practice. We're doing this. Of course, all my family and friends and loved ones have sent me messages and happy birthday wishes, and that's much appreciated. But Coach got his eye on the prize, and so the prize is the win on Friday. And I think Pat Riley said it best. When you win, is bliss, and if you lose, it's misery. So
Yeah, and then we're looking forward to seeing your team out there on Friday night. Appreciate it, Coach.
Yes, sir.
And we
Thank
got
you.
more coming right up right here on the South 78 Football Show. Hello, everyone. This is the South 78 Football Show from the McAllisters in Byron, Mississippi. I'm Trellis Williams. Right here with me is Colonel Donald Young. He is the president of the Booster Club for the Terry High School football team. And, Colonel, I just want to go ahead and introduce you to the viewers and just kind of talk about your role in supporting, in being the president of the Booster Club, which supports the football program.
Okay, my role is the president of the Booster Club, and our job is to make sure that we supplement any type of funds that the district cannot provide for the football team. We gather our parents together, we try to have fundraising, and we try to just make up the difference to make sure we take care of our kids on things that they need, but the district is not able to provide them.
Absolutely, and just kind of talk about the levels of success that you guys have been able to have because, I mean, if you're talking about the football team, you get plenty of people there at the games, and just kind of talk about how y'all, how much success y'all have had supporting this football program.
Well, the Booster Club, we are very successful, and one of our biggest fundraisers that the school administrator gave us pretty much an advantage by letting us utilize the concession stand, and that's where we make majority of our money at during these home games, selling items to our spectators and stuff like that. So that's a big plus for the Terry High School Touchdown Club, is utilizing the concession stand to bring fun. We do a lot of fundraising. That's the biggest goal, is to have as many fundraisers as you can to ensure that our players can get everything that they need.
Yeah, and I know the Booster Club is run by majority parents of these athletes, these student athletes, and I know your son Donovan, he graduated last year. Just kind of talk about, it's volunteer work, getting this stuff done.
Oh yes, the Booster Club, you don't get paid for doing this job. It got to be your passion. It got to be in your heart to do this. And Booster Club really, it's not about parents also, it's about the people in the community, because we have vendors and other people outside of the community that doesn't have kids play football that donate a lot of money to the Terry High School Touchdown Club. So that's a plus too. So that's why I strongly encourage the viewer and everyone else to just come out and support, whether you have a kid or child playing football or not. It's your passion for the Terry High School Touchdown Club.
Yeah, so go ahead and tell the viewers how they can support this Booster Club.
Okay, we have a Cash App, and it's the $THS Touchdown Club, and you can always provide your monetary donation by that, or you can contact any member of the Booster Club. We have a president, a vice president, treasurer, and secretary, and assistant to those titles as well. So anybody that you see that you may be familiar with, if you're not familiar with anyone, as I stated, you can go to $THS Touchdown to make a monetary donation for our kids at Terry High School.
Absolutely. Colonel Young, we appreciate you joining us.
Yes, sir.
And we got more coming right up on the South 78 Football Show.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Welcome back to the South 78 Football Show. I am Trellis Williams. We are here at the McAllisters in Byram, Mississippi, and I'm right here with Nate Kelly, offensive lineman, junior offensive lineman for the Terry Bulldogs. And Nate, man, this year so far, it's been a good season so far.
Yes, sir.
5-1 record after non-region play concludes. On Friday night, you start off region play taking on West Jones at home at Bulldog Field. Just kind of talk about how you felt the team has looked thus far.
I feel like we got to pick up a lot of things. Like, could execute better. Like our offensive line, we could be on one accord more, and like we could execute the ball.
For sure. Started off 5-0 last week. Took a tough 42-7 loss to Clinton. Of course, you had some things going on in that game. Jordan McGee
Right.
was out. Rondé Baker, after he scored his touchdown, didn't return back to the ball game. But still, Clinton had a good game, and they were able to win the ball game. Just kind of talk about your takeaways from that loss that you want to take to the rest of the season, so you don't really want to lose again.
Right. I felt like that loss was supposed to mean something to us. Like we was too comfortable to play. I felt like Clinton, we messed up on our own mistakes, but we could fix it. Like West Jones, this our first recent game. We gotta be on one accord as a team, as a family, as a brotherhood.
Absolutely, and this year you had a few changes in the coaching staff
Right.
heading into this season. Just kind of talk about the adjustment that you guys made and how you're able to pick it up pretty well because 5-1 starts pretty nice.
Right. Like our new coaches came in, like we had to adjust like on plays, like my snaps. I know I came from defense, a tackle. Now I'm at center now. I had to adjust my snaps, like my hand placements, being more violent and trying to keep up.
For sure. So looking forward to the rest of the season. You head into region play. West Jones, Hattiesburg, both very good football programs. Hattiesburg's undefeated. Hattiesburg's been looking good all season long. West Jones, of course, they're on a 19-game winning streak, as you well know. And but then they lost last week 42-7 as well, and theirs was a little bit tougher than you guys' was because they didn't score till the fourth quarter. So just kind of preview the rest of the season and what you guys need to do to be ready to get some wins here in region play.
First, we gotta be disciplined. We not disciplined as we supposed to be, but we're going to get there. Like our coaches stay on us. Our guys who's leaders stay on us, but we going to fight more. We going to execute. We going to be hard at practice. If we injured or not, we going to do anything that coach asks us to do, or our players, our teammates.
Appreciate it, Nate, for
Yes, sir.
joining us, and we look forward to seeing you out on the field on Friday night at Bulldog Field.
Yes, sir.
So we host the West Jones Mustangs. We got more right here on the South 78 Football Show. Welcome back to the South 78 Football Show. I am Trellis Williams. We are at the McAllisters in Byram, Mississippi. And right here with me is junior defensive back Micah Shepard of the Terry Bulldogs. Micah, first question for you. Defense has done very well this season. The only game that you guys struggled with was last week against Clinton. Of course, Jordan McGee was out. You didn't have your full defense there. And then they really did a good job with the ball.
Sir.
They made some good plays and everything like that. But overall, you guys have had a lot of success this year thus far.
Sir.
5-1 record. Just kind of talk about how this team's looked so far.
This team has looked great so far. When we first started, we really didn't think that we was going to, go out there and play like this. But we came together as a team and played as a brotherhood.
Yes, and so you head this week into region play, hosting the Mustangs of West Jones, a team that was coming off a 19-game winning streak before losing last week 42-7. Their defense has not let up that many points in a long time, and Jackson Prep broke them last week. So you guys from the defensive side of the ball, what are you looking to focus on against West Jones?
We're looking to focus on their run game. They have a strong run game. Their quarterback, he's a real dual threat guy, so we're looking to rough him up very, very early in the game, and their running back too.
Absolutely, and it's a region play. West Jones, obviously, they were number one last year.
Yes,
won the
sir.
6A state championship, but Hattiesburg's looked really good this year. They've won all their games thus far. What do you guys need to do to meet that level of competition and get the wins?
We just got to keep playing like how we playing now. We just got to keep bringing the intensity at practice. They always say practice how you play. So if we just keep practicing like we're doing now, or we just keep getting better, we're going to meet that standard.
So this year you had a little bit of a change in coaching staff, different defensive coordinator, and Coach Benson. Just kind of talk about the change and how you guys were able to pick up where you left off, because Terry's Always been a good defensive program, at least for the last few years, but this year it picked up real nicely.
Yes, sir. It was kind of hard when the change first started because we had a bond with our old coach, but making the bond with this new coach and starting it out with him, it was very good. He always tell us do our 111, so we always just stick together and play hard.
Sure, appreciate it, Micah. Appreciate you joining us, and that will wrap up the South 78 football show. I'm Trellis Williams. This week on Friday night, the Terry Bulldogs will host the West Jones Mustangs to begin region play at Bulldog Field. The live stream will start at 6:30, but kickoff is at 7. We will be live from Bulldog Field. We appreciate Tire Depot for sponsoring the South 78 football show. We appreciate McAllister's for hosting us here today. I'm Trellis Williams.